The haunted university loomed before me, its grand facade casting an imposing shadow in the pale moonlight. Ignoring the warnings of eerie legends and restless spirits, I was drawn to explore the secrets that lay within its ancient walls. As a young, adventurous student of paranormal studies, I believed this was the perfect opportunity to prove the existence of the supernatural. The university had a dark history, with rumors of tragic events and unexplained disappearances that had plagued its halls for centuries. Many believed that malevolent spirits roamed its corridors, forever bound to the place they once called home. As I stepped into the university, a shiver ran down my spine. The air felt heavy, laden with a sense of foreboding. My footsteps echoed through the empty hallways, the sound reverberating like the whispers of unseen entities. Undeterred, I ventured deeper into the labyrinthine building, my flashlight casting eerie shadows on the crumbling walls. The faded portraits of long-dead scholars stared back at me with hollow eyes, their expressions seemingly frozen in sorrow. As I reached the heart of the university, I found myself in an old library, its once grand shelves now filled with dusty tomes and forgotten knowledge. I could almost feel the weight of the accumulated history pressing down on me. Suddenly, a chill wind swept through the room, extinguishing the candles that lined the shelves. The library was plunged into darkness, and an unnatural silence settled over the space. In the pitch black, I heard faint footsteps echoing in the distance. Panic surged within me, but I reminded myself that this was precisely what I had come for, to experience the inexplicable and unmask the truth. As I made my way toward the source of the footsteps, a soft glow appeared, illuminating the path ahead. The eerie light seemed to dance along the walls, beckoning me further into the depths of the university. With trepidation, I followed the glow, my heart pounding in my chest. The whispers of unseen entities grew louder, their voices intertwining in a haunting chorus that sent shivers down my spine. Suddenly, the glow led me to a door at the end of a dimly lit hallway. The door creaked open on its own, revealing a chamber that seemed to pulse with an ethereal energy. I hesitated, my mind flooded with the tales of malevolent spirits that were said to inhabit the university. But the allure of the unknown drew me forward, and against my better judgment, I stepped inside. The chamber was filled with a soft, ghostly light that emanated from an old, ornate mirror at the far end. As I approached, my reflection seemed to waver and distort, taking on a sinister appearance that was not my own. In the mirror, I saw a figure clad in tattered robes, their eyes gleaming with malevolence. A cold, hollow laugh filled the chamber, sending a shockwave of terror through my body. "Welcome to our domain," a voice whispered, echoing from all directions. "You seek the truth, but beware, it may be more than you can handle." Fear gripped my heart as I realized I had stumbled upon a malevolent presence, a vengeful spirit that had chosen this university as its eternal dwelling. I wanted to flee, to escape the haunting encounter, but an invisible force held me in place. The ghostly figure in the mirror reached out, its skeletal hand extending from the glass. With a guttural chant, it seemed to pull me into the reflective abyss. I found myself trapped in a nightmarish realm, a twisted reflection of the haunted university. The halls stretched endlessly, their walls lined with grotesque portraits and haunted memories. I heard anguished cries and whispers all around me, a cacophony of sorrow and despair. The malevolent presence loomed over me, its eyes piercing my soul with a darkness that seemed to swallow all hope. Desperate to escape, I began retracing my steps, searching for a way back to the real world. But the twisted corridors seemed to shift and warp, leading me deeper into the haunting labyrinth. In the depths of this nightmarish realm, I encountered other lost souls, students and scholars who had once sought knowledge but had fallen victim to the malevolence that lurked within the university's walls. Their ghostly figures roamed the halls, their faces etched with anguish and regret. They reached out to me, their spectral hands brushing against my skin, leaving a chilling sensation in their wake. With every encounter, I felt their pain and despair seeping into my being. Their unfinished stories and tragic fates clung to me like a haunting burden, threatening to consume my sanity. In this twisted reflection of the haunted university, I was trapped in a cycle of torment, reliving the horrors of those who had come before me. I could feel the malevolent spirit feeding off my fear, growing stronger with each passing moment. In a desperate bid for escape, I clutched the amulet that hung around my neck, a talisman of protection that I had brought with me. I whispered a chant, calling upon its ancient power to shield me from the malevolence that sought to ensnare my soul. To my surprise, the amulet glowed with a radiant light, pushing back the darkness that surrounded me. The haunting visions began to wane, and the spectral figures retreated into the shadows. With every step, the grip of the nightmarish realm loosened, until finally, I stumbled out of the mirror's grasp and back into the real world. As I emerged from the cursed chamber, the university returned to its desolate state, and the soft glow that had guided me dissipated into nothingness. I ran as fast as my legs would carry me, leaving the haunted university behind. The experience had forever changed me, serving as a chilling reminder that some mysteries were better left unsolved. The malevolent spirit that had sought to ensnare me had left its mark, but I had escaped with my life, and perhaps a newfound respect for the boundaries between the living and the dead. From that day forward, I vowed to abandon my quest for the supernatural and focus on the living world, for there are some realms that should never be disturbed, and some haunted places where the shadows of the past can never truly be laid to rest.